Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, devotees, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Welcome to this morning's Srimad Bhagavatam class from Canto 1, Chapter 15, Text 21. It's a recording of a class given by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada. We request that you pick up the volume of your listening devices. Sometimes the recording here is a little low. Without further ado, we'll start the class. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Sit down. No, standing. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari. Acharya Sattara Sadaswam Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava ki jai. Namacharya Srila Hridas Thakur ki jai. Prem se kaho Sri Kṛṣṇa Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Se Advaita Gadadhar Śrivāsādi Gaur Bhaktavrindi ki jai. Sri Radha Kṛṣṇa Go Gopinath Sam Kund Radha Kund Giri Govardhan ki jai. Vrindavan Dham ki jai. Navadvip Dham ki jai. Ganga Mai ki jai, Jamuna Mai ki jai, Tulsi Devi ki jai, Bhakti Devi ki jai, Samaveta Bhaktavinda ki jai. All glories to the Asmal Reward. All glories to the Asmal. All glories to the Asmal. Thank you very much.
Tadvai dhanus iṣavaḥ ratho hayās. Tadvai dhanus iṣavaḥ ratho hayās. Sowing rathī nṛpatayo yata ānamanti. Sowing rathī nṛpatayo yata ānamanti. Sarvaṁ kṣaṇena abhūd asad īśa-riktaṁ. Sarvaṁ kṣaṇena abhūd asad īśa-riktaṁ. Bhasman hutaṁ kuhaka-rāddham ivoptam ūṣyām. Translation. I have the very same Gāṇḍīva bow, the same arrows, the same chariot drawn by the same horses, and I use them as the same Arjuna, to whom all the kings offered their due respects. But in the absence of Lord Kṛṣṇa, all of them, at a moment's notice, have become null and void. It is exactly like offering clarified butter on ashes, accumulating money with a magic wand, or sowing seeds on barren land.
The important verse. Tad abhūd asad īśa-riktaṁ. Everything will be null and void when there is no God. That's it. The modern civilization has got everything, but without God consciousness. That any moment it will be finished. There are symptoms, any moment. At the present moment, this godless civilization, as soon as there is declaration of war, the America is prepared to drop atom bomb. Russia is the first nation who will drop the atom bomb, he will be victorious. Nobody will be victorious because both of them are ready to drop. America will be finished and Russia will be finished. That is the position. So, you may make advancement of civilization, scientific improvement, economic development, but if it is godless, at any moment it will be finished. At any moment. Just like Ravan, Hiranyakashipu, they were demons, godless demons. Ravan was a very learned scholar in Vedic knowledge and very powerful materially. He converted his capital with gold, all the buildings and everything. It is supposed that the Ravan brother was a king on the other side of the globe. So it is my suggestion, I do not say it is very scientific truth. So other side of the globe, Ravan was in Ceylon. And the other side of the globe, if you go by subway, it comes to Brazil. And Brazil is supposed to have gold mines. And it is said in the Ramayana that Ravan's brother was living on the other side of the globe and Ramchandra was taken through the subway. taking these into consideration, we can suppose that Ravana imported a large quantity of gold from Brazil and he converted them into big, big houses. So, Ravana was so powerful that he made his capital Swarnalanka, capital made of gold. Just like if a man comes from undeveloped country to your country, New York or any city, when they see the big, big skyscraper, they become astonished. Although skyscraper buildings are everywhere nowadays, formerly it was very wonderful. So, we can create everything very wonderful, but we can take the example of Ravana. Ravana was very advanced materially and he had Vedic knowledge sufficiently. He was son of a Brahmana, everything was there. But the only fault was that he did not care for Rama. That is the only fault. What is Rama? I don't care for him. There is no need of performing yogas and ritualistic ceremony to be promoted to the heavenly kingdom. Ravana said, I shall construct a staircase to go to the moon planet. Why you are trying in this way, that way? I will do that. Sargeshwari. So, these people are trying like Ravana, but they should take lessons from Ravana, that his godlessness made him doomed. Everything he lost. So this instruction, Arjuna, he says that sowing dhanus iṣavaḥ. He was defeated by the coward's man. He could not protect the queens of Kṛṣṇa and they were taken away by this coward's man. So he is lamenting that I have got this bow and arrow with which I fought in the battlefield of Kurukshetra and I became victorious because Kṛṣṇa was sitting on my chariot. That is the only reason. Now I have got these bows and arrows, the same bows and arrows with which I fought in the battle of Kurukshetra. But at the present moment there is no Kṛṣṇa. Therefore it is useless. īśa-riktaṁ. Asad abhūd. Asad means it does not act, it does not exist. So, my bows and arrows are the same, but it is now useless. We should take this lesson that without God, without spirit, this material, I mean to say, gorgeousness has no value. Just like we were talking with the scientist, walking, I was giving this example. Now, there was big scientist, just like Professor Einstein was a world-known scientist. But when that small spark of soul was gone from the body, the scientist was lying down, but useless. Nothing can be. Nothing can be. Now the scientist himself also could not discover any implement or medicine or something like that and teach his disciples, my dear disciples, when I will be on the death point, please inject this medicine in my body and then again I shall come out a scientist. No, that is not. He could not discover that. At least as a big scientist, it was expected that do something wonderful. They might have discovered so many wonderful. The real problem, birth, death, old age and disease, there is no discovery. That I was talking. They discover something by which there will be no disease. You are discovering very nice medicine. The drug shop is full with various types of up-to-date medicines. But none of the medicine is sufficient to make a man not to die. That is not possible. Or not to become disease. That is not possible. So this advancement of civilization, material civilization, without God, is like that. That is stated in the Vedic literature that Bhagavad Bhakti Hinasya Jati Japastapa Kriya Apranasya Hi Dehasya Mandanam Lokaranjana. Jati, big nation, big achievement, japastapa, kriya, big activities. Just like you American people, you are big nation, your activities are very big considered in other parts of the world. And your tapasya is there, you have earned this, you have made this America so nice. By tapasya, by austerity, it has not come out automatically. You have labored hard, that is called tapasya. So, this big nationality, jati, japa, stapa, these hard work, scientific discoveries, they are very nice. But what kind of popularity it is? Bhagavad Bhakti Hinasya Jati Japastapa Kriya. All these are simply decoration of the dead body. I do not know whether in your country it is a fashion. In India there is a custom. The low class man, just like cobbler. Cobbler is taken as those who prepare, expert in skin. So they are generally very poor men. Now they have advanced because now the Kali Yuga is the age of the Shudras. So they decorate the dead body. If a cobbler's father dies, he brings, he spends money, he brings nice covering, cloth, and with flower and everything. So the Shastra says that Bhagavad Bhakti Hinasya Jati Japastapa Kriya Apranasya Hi Dehasya Mandanam Lokaranjanam. If you decorate a dead body, it may be very fanciful to the people. This dead body is decorated with costly garments and flowers and everything. So, but the dead body is dead. It is not enjoying. You can be complacent that my father, the body of my father or my relative is decorated so nicely. But actually, if you study, scrutinizing, what is the benefit out of this? What is the benefit? Dead body decoration. But people do that. They are accustomed to do that. So, similarly, this body is dead, that's a fact. It is dead from the very beginning because it is matter. Matter is always dead. So this body made of matter, bhumi, rapa, analo, vayu, earth, water, fire, air, this external body is dead, but it is living on account of that small spark of spirit. That is the real main thing. That we understand from Bhagavad Gīta. Dehina yatha dehi. Dehina, the small spark, spiritual spark, he is within this body. This is the first understanding of spiritual knowledge. We must know. This is the beginning of Bhagavad Gita. When Bhagavad Gita was taught to Arjuna, Arjuna was lamenting for this body. So Kṛṣṇa, when he was accepted, Arjuna's spiritual master, Srila sadhimam prapanna, then he advised him that you are talking like a very learned scholar. Asacyananusūcastam pragyāvādāṅscha bhāsas. You are talking just like you know, just like our so-called scientists, they speak, as if they know everything. But real thing they do not know. That is zero. What is spirit? They do not know. They are thinking this body. And according to Vedic knowledge, if one is misguided on the bodily identification of ourself, he is animal. He is animal. He may be PhD, DSc or something, but he is animal. Sayeva go-khara, because he does not know how the body is moving, and neither they can discover anything. When the body is dead, it is dead from the very beginning, but it was moving. Just like so long petrol is there, the motor car moves. But as soon as there is crisis, how their motor cars will move. They're conscious. Why they are crisis? Because the petrol is the life of the movement of the motor car. Similarly, that spiritual spark or spirit soul is the petrol of this body. So, without knowledge of this, Sayeva go-khara, just like cats and dogs, they cannot understand how he is moving. That he does not know. The human being also does not understand that how this body is moving. Neither they can discover what it is. Then what is it? It may be a very so-called decoration of the body, a decoration of the dead body. What is the profit thereof? If you do not know what is the real living force within this body, then if you simply decorate the body, dead body, the loka-ranjana, you may get some applause from ordinary man, but it has no value. It has no value. So you can expand in so many ways. īśa-riktaṁ. īśa-riktaṁ means without God. Without God. īśa-riktaṁ. So, we living entities, we are also part and parcel of God. And because we living entity, part and parcel of God, is within this body, therefore the body is so beautiful, so big scientists, philosophers, or politicians, and you can say anything. But without that soul, this body is useless, dead body, and you can give all titles, PhD, DSc, they are all useless. Suppose a man is dead, and from Oxford University somebody comes, now I give you PhD title. What is the use? Suppose a beautiful woman attracted so many people. Now when she is dead, if she is offered, now you can take this body, you can use it as well. Nobody will like it. Why? The same beautiful, lying on the, why don't you take it? Now, you are after her, so many. No, it is nobody useful. Nobody useful. Everyone knows it. There is a story that one beautiful woman was hunted by another man. So he was weighing, canvassing, but she was chaste lady. But she did not agree. But that man was after her. So one day she said, all right, you come to me 3 days after, I'll accept you. So on the third day, he took purgative, a very strong purgative, and passed stools whole day and night. And he kept all the stools and vomit and everything, kept in a very good reservoir. Then third day when the man came, she was sitting and he was asking, where is that woman? No, I am the same woman. You don't recognize me? No, you are so beautiful and so you are ugly. No, I am the same. You do not know. How you look so ugly? Because I have separated my beauty. You have separated your beauty? Yes, I will show you. Come here. Come here. The stool and the vomit and all stopped for you to show you. Actually, it is very knowledge, very good knowledge. Shankaracharya says, idam ratho māṅsa vikaram. He is teaching renouncement that why you are attracted with this beautiful. What is this beauty? It is a combination of stool, urine and flesh and bone. That's all. So he thought, here is my beauty. Now you add it with me, then again I shall be beautiful. These are actually knowledge. People are after something false. That is called Maya. Maya means which is not actually fact, but we are after them. Similarly, the so-called advancement of civilization is Maya. It will be finished in any second, but they do not know. They do not. It will be finished in any second. Even though you accept it all right, Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Mrityu sarva arasya ham. I am the death and I take away everything at the time of death. Either you take as a philosopher, scientist or rich man, capitalist. As soon as there is death, that's why you see Hiranyakashipu, he was very powerful. And as soon as Nrsimhadev appeared, everything finished. Now he is dying. You see. So people do not understand it. That without Kṛṣṇa, without God, without Kṛṣṇa consciousness, simply we are wasting our time. That's all. After false thing. Everything will be useless. Today or tomorrow or day after. It will be useless. All useless. Real spirit soul, na ānamanti sarire, that we do not take care. After finishing this false body, which will exist, the spirit soul, na ānamanti sarire, which is never vanquished even after the annihilation of this body, we are not taking care of that. Where from it has come. People are ignorant, so foolish, they do not know. This is the civilization of ignorance. Namang duskitunam mudha, they do not know, therefore. In ignorance they are committing so many sinful lives for the satisfaction of the tongue. They are killing so many animals. Why? There are so many nice food stuff. Why you are committing these sinful activities? They do not know what is sinful activities or pious activities. Even they do not know. That is stated in the Bhagavata. Na vidu asurajana, pravittincha nivittincha, na vidu asurajana. Pravitting means we have got some inclination to accept something and we have disinclination to reject something. Everyone knows it. But the asuric jana, those who are asuras, demands, they do not know in which way we shall accept and in which way we shall reject. That they do not know. That is called asura. Just like we are advising our students, reject this. No illicit sex, no intoxication, no gambling, no meeting. Reject. And accept, chant Hare Krishna. These demands, they do not know it. They do not know it. They do not know why they are rejecting this. And why they are accepting this? Na vidu asura jana. Because they are asuras. If we accept this path, then we are going to be liberated. What is that liberation? Liberation means to get out of this material bondage of body. Dehinasmi. Takta dehang punarjanma naiti mameti. This knowledge is wanting. There are so many universities, educational institutions, big professors, scientists, all rascals. All as we declare. Let them come and argue with us. All rascals. So, therefore it is said, harāva bhaktasya kuto mahadguna. Here is practical example Arjuna is giving. That I have got the same arrow, I have got the same bow, I have got the same chariot, my same horses, but everything. I am the same Arjuna who was being honored by so many kings. Oh, Arjuna is such a great warrior. And nobody cares for you. This is the example. Here he says, sowing rathī nṛpatayo ratho ānamanti. I am the same Arjuna, great fighter. People were offering their obeisances to me. Oh, Arjuna, you are a great friend of Kṛṣṇa, you are a great warrior. Now nobody cares. How it has vanquished. The example is this, just like to pour butter in the ashes. And this example is because in sacrifice, the butter is poured into the fire. If it is poured into the fire, then the butter increases the strength of the fire. But if it is put into the ashes, where there is no fire, then it is useless, waste. And similarly, if you sow the seed in the Arabian desert to get some nice rose flower, the seed is all right, rose seed, but you have to sow it in a proper place, not in the Arabian desert. Therefore, your knowledge, university, advanced civilization will be perfect when it is properly carried with God consciousness. Otherwise, it is all useless. It is all useless. No, you try to understand this and spread this knowledge. That is Krishna consciousness movement. Don't be misled by the so-called leaders. Harāva bhakta, andhā jathandhi rupaniyamana, stepi satantra urudami badhya, nate vidu sarthagatim hi Vishnu, durasayaji bahirattamani. The modern civilization, they are so rascals, they are expecting something utopian, that by material advancement of civilization, they will be happy. Now one gentleman, that doctor, what is his name? He is present here? Yes. He says that in Sweden, they are the richest man, but the largest number of suicide cases are there. So this kind of material richness will not help you. That will not help. Actually, practically we are experiencing why every nation is dissatisfied. Although they are material advanced so much, but dissatisfied. In your country also, why this section of people have become hippies? From university students, they have become hippies. Why? Frustration. They know that what is this life? If I am become educated, what is my future? There is no future. Frustrated. This kind of civilization will not help. Harāva bhaktasya kuto. Therefore they do not know what is the actual aim of life. Nati vidu sarthagatim hi Vishnu. These rascals, they do not know what should be the aim of life. The aim of life is God realization. God realization that there is God, His name is Kṛṣṇa, whose address is Vaikuntha, his number is this, he has got so many friends, he has got so many lovers, everything we are giving, but still the rascal will not take. We are giving the name, address, activities, everything. You come, go there. But no, they will not do that. This is called misfortune. He's coming himself, canvassing. Sarvadharman parityajya, but still they are researching God. God is canvassing and they are researching God. Somebody is a failure, there is no God. Somebody says God is dead, he's finished. Now we are God. These things are going on. Why? Because nati vidusharthakadayini Vishnu durasa. Their real fault is that they are trying to become happy in this material existence. That is their fault. In Delhi, when I presented in some library my book, Easy Journey to Other Planet. So one gentleman said, who is it? You have got written some book, Easy Journey to Other Planet? Yes. Then we shall go and come back. I know, why you should come back? No, then I don't want. The rascal wants to go to other planet and come back. They are doing actually. They are going to the so-called moon planet and coming back. The first aeronautics from Russia, when he was far, far away, he was just looking after, where is my Moscow? Where is my Moscow? You see, this is our intelligence. You may go far away. There is an example, just like the vultures. They have got a very good eyesight. Very good eyesight. 7 miles away from the surface, they can see where there is a dead corpse. So they have got good eyesight, but they are searching after dead corpse only. That is their business. These so-called scientists, philosophers, they are very much advanced, but their only business is how to become happy in this planet. That's all. That is it. Not Mahatma, Duratma. Their mind is not very broad, very clear. What is called? What is the English word? Crippled. Mind is very crippled. Durasaya. Therefore they are hoping against you. They will not live here. Still they are decorating the dead body. This is my apartment, this is my house, this is my country, this is my skyscraper building. Painting. And one day, Mrityu Sarva, just like Hiranyakashipu. He's challenging. Where is your God? Here is God. Come on. Finish. Here is God. So God will appear. Don't forget that you will be godless. You will see God. Death. And at that time, after seeing, you will be finished. No more understanding. That is Krishna says. Mrityu sarva harasna. When will be taken away, everything, all your possessions, all your scientific knowledge, bank balance, skyscraper, everything will be taken away. Then you will understand what is God. Like Hiranyakashipu. No, why don't you try to understand before that moment comes? And live very nicely. Chant Hare Krishna and Sri Radha Krishna Diti and eat nicely, live nicely. No, that is not possible. We shall see at the time of death. Well, everything will be finished. All intelligence, all good food, everything will be finished. Therefore in the Chaitanya Charitamrita it is said, Krishna je bhaje sevaro chotu. Unless one is first class intelligent, he cannot take to Krishna consciousness. The last class, fools and rogues, they cannot take to Krishna consciousness. So by the grace of Krishna, you have first class intelligence. Those who have taken to Krishna consciousness, now try to continue it. Don't give it up. Don't be foolish, mura. Continue. Then you'll be happy and all problems of life will be solved. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna. Another wonderful, wonderful lecture with so many important points to tell us what the material world is and the power of Krishna. When he's present, then things work. When he's not, and the power is not there, and Arjuna experienced the same equipment that he was using for fighting. He could not even defeat Kaura's men. So, how very much we need to depend on Krishna. Dear devotees, this is the time to unmute yourself. If you have comments, if you have questions, please unmute yourself and either state or ask the questions as you like. And as if you get up, if you like, you can start off. It's up to you. Or if you want somebody else to, that would be nice too. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Parikshit Prabhu. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Bless you.
Just a few things. It's interesting to note that all those things that Arjuna was mentioning, like his Gāṇḍīva bow, his chariot, his horses, they were also spectacular things. The Gāṇḍīva bow was a gift from, I believe it was Agni, who was specially empowered, and the horses were celestial horses given to him by a demigod, Gāṇḍīva. So even though they were very wonderful, not just ordinary things, still, they weren't effective. It brings to mind Prabhupada's example of so many zeros, but if you put a 1 in front of all the zeros, it becomes thousands and millions. So all these different qualities, characteristics, opulences, without Krishna is zero, but putting Krishna in front, involving Krishna, then they all become useful when used in Krishna service, or wonderful. He also, Prabhupada mentioned also, he said he didn't know what the situation was in our country, but in India, the Shudra or the cobbler, he said, they make a practice of decorating a dead body after the person dies. So what do you think? Do we do that in this country?
Yes, we do. Yeah, out of respect.
I think that's the whole thing about mortuary science. That making the body, they put some preservative in the veins so they don't deteriorate too fast, and put a little makeup on and dress them nicely and put flowers, and then so that's the whole business of mortuary science. Even though they're going to put the body, either bury it or burn it in a few moments, but that's a really important. That's the whole point of the mortuary science, to make a good show for the relatives just before the body is buried or burned. And of course, not just that doesn't end there, but also, days like Memorial Day or other days, people go to the graves and they decorate the grave. And in fact, although the body, the remains of the body are there, but the person, the soul, is gone a long time ago. They're on to the next destination. Even in some places, like in different parts of the world. Srila Prabhupada went to Moscow, and he was doing his morning walk, and there was a lineup of people at a certain building, and Srila Prabhupada inquired what that was, and Shyam Sundar found out that there was a line all to see the dead body of Lenin in Red Square, early in the morning, standing room only. Yeah. And in order to get in, you had to not talk. You have to be very quiet and be very respectful to go inside. So not just in Moscow, but also in Russia. There's the tombs of people like Abraham Lincoln. We go to bow down and things. Even horses will go bow down to horses. The dead bodies of horses. That's an interesting point. And then Srila Prabhupada gave the example of the woman who drinks purgatives, liquid. We used to call that liquid beauty, and that used to be a standard street play that we would do on the streets of New York to illustrate this point, which is quite important for us to remember, that the physical attractiveness, physical beauty is so fleeting, and the real identity of ourselves is the soul. And of course, going to a memorial service or to appreciate a relative by putting flowers or something, there's a desire to want to help the person somehow or to appreciate the person. And the best way to appreciate someone is to chant Hare Krishna on their behalf. And because watering the root of a tree, all the leaves and branches are automatically satisfied.
Yeah.
So earth service to Krishna would be the best service to everyone, even the departed soul. Hare Krishna.
Thank you for your insights and for your takeaways that you described here. You said there was like a skit that you were doing in New York City in the streets about.
Yeah, Liquid Beauty is the same story that Srila Prabhupada told about the woman who drank purgatives. She was being pursued by a man who thought she was very beautiful, but then she drank purgatives and she became ugly after a few days because she had, she was gaunt and her cheeks were hollowed out. So we would put on that play. It was very nice.
Interesting.
We could do it in the Harrisburg Temple sometime.
If you have the script, yeah, it would be nice to try to do that. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, very much like to have that if you have the script or know where you can get it.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you very much. Anyone else that want to share some takeaways?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, please
Hare
accept my
Krishna.
all glories to Prabhupada. All glories to is on the call. Again, a very wonderful class from Prabhupada. Like a lot of reminders from what I have been reading and hearing from past few days. One thing he was like just this morning, just before this class, I was hearing one of the clips where he was talking about the that how to what is the actions or what are the daily activities of a grihastha in Krishna conscious life. So Prabhupada was mentioning that uh, you see this is like he was sitting in a house basically, and he was saying that see there is a next building that is also a house, and this is also same bricks and stone, but this is a temple that is just a house. He says like because we have Krishna in our house, and all the business carried out is about Krishna. That's why we call this a temple, and that is a house. Our home. We can have put Krishna in this, so like that, and then it was like drawing parallels between how he was mentioning in the start of class that the body is dead, but there is spirit, and is why the body is moving. So in the same way, like if a house is there and we have Krishna in the center, then it will be really wonderful place to stay, and then towards the end he was mentioning Mataji was quoting Radhanath Maharaj's that Krishna is waiting for us. He's he is also waiting, and we are trying to find our lost love. And they say like so same similar points that Prabhupada mentions, that Krishna is canvassing for us. He's coming to us and he's trying to find us, telling us to come to me, and we are just not turning our face towards him. And then one more point that I was reading from Journey of Self-Discovery, that there is one like when he was on planet and he was talking in the class, that I read from a journal that in the future people will be staying underground due to the fear of nuclear bombs. They will be staying underground like rats. So like we see that situation coming up. He was in this class as well. He was mentioning what future. There is no future. It's like very close to this. These all points, sum up together. All the reminders every day that should take up Krishna consciousness seriously. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Any other comments? Any takeaways? Okay, in the meantime, I'll just share some of the things that I noted. The Prabhupada started talking about what the situation was, where gold was, and which side some of the big demons were at. And finally talked about Ravana having imported gold from Brazil and made the city Lanka of gold. Ravana was a scholar, but the problem was he didn't care for Ram. He didn't care for God. That was his only fault. Big fault. That we should take lessons from Ravana. That when we're godless, then we will automatically be sabotaged. We sabotage ourselves. And Arjuna had the same ammunition that he used at Kurukshetra, but without Krishna, the ammunition was useless. And that Einstein couldn't discover medicine to defeat death. And he said that he could have told his disciples, okay, here's medicine. When I'm on my deathbed, you inject me with this and I'll get up and become a scientist again. But there's no discovery to combat birth, death, old age, and disease. So no medicine works to stop these four things. So material civilization without God is useless. He talked about America having been made very nice by hard labor and tapasya. But what kind of austerity is this? That's the only decoration of a dead body. And the Kabbalah situation, which was already talked about that. So, of course, we take this for granted almost now because we've heard it so many times that the material body is dead, but it is apparently living on account of the small spiritual spark. That's the first understanding we should have. Even the scientists don't know this. So anyone who doesn't know, then he's acting at the animal level. So Prabhupada brought out this. Then, of course, liquid gold, which has already been talked about. The woman that was pretty and was being stalked by a man, and she took purgatives and asked the guy to come back in 3 days. And he said, here's my beauty, stool, urine, and everything else. So without God consciousness, we won't get anywhere. Hiranyakashipu was powerful, but Lord Nrsimhadev came and his body was finished. But many times he said people who don't know they're rascals. Yeah, in that they don't know what to accept and what to reject. So Prabhupada says, we say reject illicit sex, meat eating, gambling, and intoxication. Even the professors, they don't know that. So we have to sow seed in a proper place, otherwise it's useless. Similarly, your knowledge should be connected to Krishna consciousness, otherwise that will also be useless. He mentioned in Sweden, there are many rich men, but there's also high incidence of suicide because people don't know the aim of life, which is God realization. People don't know that the aim of life is to serve Vishnu. So that's what's causing people to be confused about life. So finally, it said in Chaitanya Charitamrita, it says, unless one has first-class intelligence, they can't understand Krishna. So by the grace of Krishna, devotees have first-class intelligence. Then he advised, take to Krishna consciousness, don't give up. Then you'll be happy and all the problems of life will be solved. So this is and this is just part of what I was able to take as notes. Such information, such critical information for us, what the aim of life should be. Always, Krishna consciousness should be the priority in everything that we do. It should be the priority. And we should also feel very fortunate to serve. Not everybody is getting an opportunity to do devotion service in this world. Very few people are doing. Very, very, very few. So We have a huge advantage here to get the mercy of Krishna like that, through the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. Hare Krishna. Any final comments or takeaways or questions? If not, then thank you very much for coming on today. Srila Prabhupada always elevates our consciousness with his lectures. So have a nice, wonderful day. Vanchakapatarubhishcha kripa sundibhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.